So everyone, as you can see from this right here, I've been a SoFi member since August of 2018, meaning that SoFi has been my main form of banking over the last 6 years. So in this video, what I want to do is give you guys a comprehensive overview of SoFi's checking and savings account products and why I think it's the absolute best one on the market today. SoFi has an abundance of other financial products that I definitely want to dive into, so if this video gets 50 likes, we'll make a part 2 and dive into some other aspects like their credit cards, their investments, their mortgages, and things of that nature. So without further ado, let's talk about SoFi's checking and savings account and why I think you guys should open one. So before we get started, I want to mention two things. First and foremost, a link down in the description below will take you guys to the referral program in order to earn a $300 sign-up bonus, which we'll touch on in the middle of this video, so definitely take advantage of that. And then secondly, for those people that are kind of used to those legacy banks, those Wells Fargos, the Bank of Americas of the world, that have been around for over 100 years, and don't really want to dive into these mobile-first online banks, because maybe you're a little bit worried that they're fly-by-night banks and things like that, you rest assured with SoFi Bank, because they have over 158 million accounts in their SoFi ecosystem and over 8.8 million clients. And they were founded back in 2011, they're FDIC insured up to $2 million, and they have their own bank charter. So SoFi is going absolutely nowhere, and you can even publicly trade with them because they are in the New York Stock Exchange. So definitely rest assured that SoFi isn't going anywhere, and like I mentioned, I've been using it for 6 years, and it's honestly just gotten better and better over that time span. So now that we got that out of the way, I want to make sure everybody feels comfortable with this. Now let's jump into the checking account first and talk about what that offers. So of course, when you open up a SoFi account, you will open up a checking account, and then in conjunction, it will open up a savings account for you. You cannot decide which one, they open up together, but again, this is a zero-fee account, so it costs you nothing to open up these accounts. So with this checking account, you do get an industry-leading 0.5% APY on your money. In the checking account alone, we'll touch on the savings account real soon, but compared to those legacy banks like I mentioned, legacy banks, or some of them, don't even give you any interest on your checking account money, so 0.5% is about 6 times the national average. And of course, this is a zero-fee account, so no overdraft fees, no minimum balances, no ATM fees, no monthly service fees. You can rest assured that all your money is safe in there, and also, they won't start to take $12 a month out of there because you're not holding a certain amount, like, something like Chase Bank. Some of the other perks, of course, is that you're able to do some mobile check deposits via the application, which the application on its own deserves its own review because it's so easy to use, and they've really perfected the UI on there. But you can do your mobile check deposits. It does give you some cash deposits as well. So if you want to go to a 7-Eleven or a Western Union, you can deposit cash. You also, of course, get a debit card that can be used, and it has some roundup features as well for the savings account, which we'll touch on in the second half of this video. You also get a 2 days early paycheck if you use this as a direct deposit, and that does work literally every single time because I use it as my direct deposit bank, and I get my paycheck 2 days early. And then most recently, it's actually Zelle ready and Zelle supported. For the longest time, I honestly had a Chase account to be able to Zelle out of that Chase account, but now Zelle is built directly into the SoFi application and into the SoFi portal, attaches directly to your checking account, so now you can just make your Zelle payments through SoFi very easily whenever you need to. So that is the checking account holistically. It's very easy to use, very intuitive. You can move money around instantaneously and very easily between your checking and your savings account. It has all the necessary stuff that you need, from the debit card to the roundup features to the mobile check deposits. And like I said, the application on its own deserves its own review because of how well it was put together. Now, before we move on to the savings account of SoFi, I do want to mention that sign-up bonus and let you guys know exactly how to get those free $300. So these banks incentivize you to sign up for their bank accounts through these incentive offers and these sign-up bonuses. And in order to receive that $300, there's a few different criteria that you have to meet. So first and foremost, of course, you have to open the account, and then you have to set up a direct deposit. And with this direct deposit, depending on what tier you fall in and how much money you bring in, will determine how much of a sign-up bonus you get. So for instance, if you set up your direct deposit and earn anywhere from $0 to $999, you unfortunately do not get any sort of bonus. But then if you receive anywhere from $1,000 to $4,999, you do get a $50 bonus right after you get that deposit. And then lastly, if you're making anything over $5,000 through that direct deposit, you do get a free $300, which I was able to take advantage of years ago even. And again, since this is a zero-fee bank, and maybe you're just trying this out, you can actually move that money out of there to your more traditional bank or any other bank system that you use very easily with no strings attached, and you can even close a SoFi account if you want to after the fact, which I wouldn't recommend just because I think you're going to love SoFi. Now do make sure to read the fine print on here because there is a 25-day limit as to when that direct deposit comes in to qualify for that sign-up bonus, but the good thing is that it's based on your first direct deposit. So let's say you open up a SoFi account on the 1st of the month, but you actually don't get paid until the middle of the month on the 15th, that 25-day threshold will not begin until you get your first direct deposit of at least $1. So those 25 days will start on the middle of the month, meaning that you have a full 2 pay periods to accumulate as much money as you can through direct deposit to see if you can meet that $5,000 threshold and get that $300 sign-up bonus. But like I said, if you make anywhere $1,000 or more, you will still get at least $50, which is absolutely free just for opening up the account. So now let's get into the savings account, because this savings account has been amazing for me, and as you can see from some of the screenshots I'm showing here, it literally deposits cash into my account at the end of every single month because of their high yield savings account and how easy it is to use. And definitely take advantage of their savings account calculator, their HYSA calculator, because it lets you know, like, hey, at 4.5% APY, if you have $20,000 sitting in your savings account, that means every single year they're giving you $900 to just add onto that savings account or use as you see fit. So that is going to be the biggest perk first and foremost. It is a 4.5% APY on that high yield savings account. I will note that it did recently drop from 4.6 to 4.5, so it is variable depending on the time of year and what the situation is, but right now 4.5 is one of the most competitive ones that we have on the market, especially when you meet these criteria that are much lower compared to some of these other banks that are giving you, let's say, quote unquote 5% APY. You have to meet a bunch of other requirements and have a lot more money in those bank accounts to qualify for that money. So there's two ways to qualify for that 4.5% APY. First and foremost is to make this a direct deposit bank. And again, it's very easy to allocate some of your direct deposit, if not all of it, from your payroll provider to be sent to your SoFi bank account. So if you're getting a direct deposit of at least $1 every single month within a 30-day period, then you qualify for that 4.5%. And then a second way to qualify is if you don't want to do the direct deposit, as long as you're getting some sort of deposit of at least $5,000 or more within a 30-day period via check or ACH transfer or anything like that, then you also qualify. Again, that threshold is a little bit higher, but SoFi really wants you to use this as a direct deposit bank. So as long as you have your direct deposit set up through SoFi, you qualify for that 4.5%. And now if you don't want to do any of those and you don't meet those requirements, you still get a minimum of 1.2% APY for anybody that has this SoFi savings account. So that's something to take advantage of. And even that 1.2% is way higher than a lot of the traditional banks, giving you like 0.001 on your savings. So that's just a high yield savings account. There's a bunch of other features in the savings account which I love to use. For instance, their autosave feature. There's two ways to do autosave. First is going to be roundups via the debit card, like I mentioned earlier in the checking account. So if you spend maybe 70 cents somewhere, those extra 30 cents still get taken out of your checking account, but get automatically deposited into your savings account. And like I said, that money is instantly transferable back to the checking if you ever do need it. And the second way is to allocate a certain portion of a direct deposit every single time you get a direct deposit to be sent to your savings account. So I have it set up so 30% of my direct deposit goes directly into my savings account, into one of my vaults, which we'll touch on in a second, so I don't have to worry about that when it comes to actually allocating something into my savings account. And then to transition into what a vault is just a way to categorize your savings account into certain goals. So for instance, you have your holistic savings account that houses all of your money, but then you can actually have as many vaults as you want to maybe save for a car or a rainy day fund or an emergency fund or save for a home like we have here or save for a vacation. And those vaults still get the same exact 4.5% APY. They're just categorized differently and they're allocated into these little vaults, which again can be moved around instantaneously if for some reason you want to delete a vault or something like that. And you can automate the saving as well. So maybe you have 30% of your direct deposit going to your savings account, maybe 5% to a certain vault, 5% to another vault. So at the end of the day, it starts to accumulate very, very quickly because it's just set it and forget it, and you don't have to worry about exactly how much is going in there. And then one little teaser that I do want to mention is that if you do set up your direct deposit with SoFi Bank, you automatically become a SoFi Plus member, which gives you an abundance of different perks and levels up to somebody that doesn't have a SoFi Plus membership. And the SoFi Plus membership is free. Like I said, all you have to do is set up your direct deposit of at least $1, and you get a bunch of additional perks like being able to have that high yield savings account, being able to have certain interest rates that are much lower than the normal person. So I'll definitely jump into that. Like I mentioned, if this video gets 50 likes or more, I'll give you guys a part 2 of some of these other financial products, like having a free financial planner that you can meet with however often you want. And again, absolutely free, doesn't cost you anything. And I've had these meetings multiple times to kind of plan out my life financially, which is something that a lot of other institutions will charge you a pretty penny for. So again, having a financial planner at your disposal absolutely free is something I've never heard of. Now again, this is a review, so I want to give you guys 2 quick caveats. If you're somebody that's looking to have a joint bank account, SoFi as of right now does not offer joint bank accounts. You can only do your personal checking and savings account. And then secondly, there is no business accounts either as of right now. So if you are looking for a business account, or if you're looking to have a joint bank account, unfortunately this will not work for you. But for example, myself and my wife, we each have our own SoFi accounts, and I actually signed up with somebody else's referral code. So I ended up getting the sign up bonus, and then I had her sign up with my referral code. So I got a little kickback, and then she also got that sign up bonus, meaning that we got like $650 absolutely free just for signing up for 2 separate SoFi checking accounts. So definitely take advantage of that 2-player mode if you are able to. But that'll do it for this video, everybody. Let me know in the comment down below what you think. Do you have a SoFi account? Have you been looking out there for other different bank accounts because you're tired of your legacy bank? I would highly recommend checking out SoFi. It doesn't hurt to check it out because, again, it's absolutely free to open up. If you set up your direct deposit, you get all these awesome perks and benefits. And even if you don't set up those direct deposits, and you still get some awesome perks and benefits like I mentioned earlier. So if you made it to the end of this video, leave a little dolphin in the comments down below so I know you made it to the end of this video, and also let me know in the comment down below if you do plan on opening up a SoFi account. I'm always very interested to see if people end up doing it. But that'll do it, everybody. If you want to watch more videos like this one, YouTube thinks you're going to like this video right here, and I think you're going to like this video down here. Until next time, peace.